Spain, European champions, ranked number 2 in the world, one of the favorites to win this entire World Cup. They had 74% possession, 27 shots. Their expected goals tally was 2.7, meaning on most days, Spain win this match 3-0. The final score, 0-0. Against a country of 500,000 people playing their first ever World Cup game. Here is exactly how Cape Verde did it. First, who are Cape Verde? A small island nation off the west coast of Africa. Population, 500,000. Ranked 67th in the world. 3 years ago, one of their defenders was playing in the 5th tier of German football. Their goalkeeper, Vozinha, is 40 years old. He plays his club football in Portugal's 2nd division, and yet they qualified for their first ever World Cup, beating teams like Mauritania along the way. And their coach Bubista promised the world they would not just show up, they would compete. He was right. Cape Verde set up in a 4-1-4-1 formation, but calling it a formation doesn't do it justice. What they actually built was a wall. Holding midfielder Kevin Lanini sat deep in front of the back four, protecting every central passing lane. In front of him, 4 midfielders stayed compact and narrow, refusing to give Spain any space between the lines. When Spain had the ball, which was almost always, Cape Verde didn't press wildly. They stayed organized. They held their shape. They forced Spain to go wide, and every time Spain went wide, Cape Verde's block shifted as a unit to close the space. Spain completed nearly 400 passes in the final third. Cape Verde managed just 16 at the other end, and it didn't matter because those 400 passes went nowhere. And here is the most remarkable statistic of the entire match. Cape Verde committed just 1 foul in the whole game, the fewest by any team at a World Cup since 1966. They didn't need to foul. Their positioning was so good, they simply didn't need to. But tactics only get you so far. At some point, Spain broke through, and that is where Vozinha came in. The 40-year-old goalkeeper made 7 saves. He denied Ferran Torres twice. He stopped Pedri. He stopped Aymeric Laporte. Torres even hit the crossbar, and when Mikel Oyarzabal met the rebound, Pico Lopez made a goal-saving block from the line. Vozinha had the second most touches of any Cape Verde player on the pitch. Let that sink in. Their goalkeeper touched the ball more than most of their own outfield players because he was their last line and he held it. At the final whistle, Vozinha broke down in tears, not because he was relieved, because after 20 years as a professional footballer, he had just played in the biggest match of his life, and he had won. So why couldn't Spain, with Pedri, Rodri, Gavi, Ferran Torres, and eventually Lamine Yamal, break Cape Verde down? 2 reasons. First, Marc Cucurella kept making forward runs in behind the Cape Verde line. This was Spain's primary attacking pattern, but the timing was always slightly off or the final ball didn't arrive. Spain's left back received the ball between the lines more than any other Spaniard, but Cape Verde's defensive shape kept shifting to cover him every time. Second, and this is the tactical key, Cape Verde never panicked. Dini Borges won more duels and made more tackles than any other outfield player. Pico Lopez made 11 clearances. The 2 center backs played the game of their lives. Calm, organized, no cheap fouls, no scrambles. Even when Lamine Yamal came on in the 71st minute, the most dangerous player in Spain's squad, Cape Verde kept their shape and denied him space. That is extraordinary. A 40-year-old goalkeeper and a team of part-timers outlasted the European champions? Spain still went on to beat Saudi Arabia 4-0 and are through to the knockout rounds. Cape Verde face Uruguay next, one of the toughest opponents in the group. But this result means something bigger than the group stage. It is proof, once again, that a well-organized tactical system built on belief and discipline can neutralize any team in the world for 90 minutes. Saudi Arabia did it to Argentina in 2022. Cape Verde just did it to Spain in 2026. The tactics don't lie. The quality gap was real, but tactics won the day.
This is Football Decoded, where we break down the tactics behind every World Cup 2026 story. 48 teams, every result. Subscribe now and you will get the next breakdown before the next match kicks off.